it going, Connor? Whoop, whoop. I'm doing okay. Just running through the startup stuff. How about you? Clearly, I don't care as much about the integrity of my intro as I used to. Hey, Zelgrith. Oh, I missed it. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Welcome. There we go. Welcome to the 2-Hour Track Challenge. I am like 10 minutes early, so I'm just kind of hanging out. I'm getting things ready. The challenge for today is kind of twofold. A new composition quest log was released about a week ago. And the first one on there is called the JRPG Special, which is to write a piece for piano strings and flute. This is a very common combination in Japanese and anime music, Japanese games and anime music. So thank you, Connor. I actually just got a nice preamp for my microphone, my precious microphone. Yeah, so it definitely sounds better than it used to. So yes, the challenge today is the JRPG Special is to write a piece for piano, strings, and flute. Yeah, and above and beyond that, just a second. Above and beyond that, try to sound especially sexy today. Hello, welcome to the 2-Hour Track Challenge. I mean, if you work with like the lower end of your voice, you could start talking like this. That can sometimes work. Otherwise, sometimes you just sound kind of ridiculous. So I'm not really sure. Hi, Ollie. Above and beyond just the JRPG Special, the other thing that I need to work on today that I promised Charlie McCarron from Composer Quest is one thing that he does is that every guest on his show has to create a song for the intro of the show. And I did create a song long time ago when I was on his show before. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, where was it? Tutorial 3 Red Hearts. Composer Quest theme. So I made this song because primarily we were talking about chiptunes. I feel my voice is a little loud. Which is a cool track. So I already made a song for him once, but I was actually interviewed by him again a couple weeks ago, and my episode's not coming out until like late January. But there it is. I needed to find my flute sound, and I think I finally found it. So yeah, I did one for him before a long time ago. That was, if you're looking through Composer Quest, it's episode 107, I believe. And Charlie recently got back from his world tour. No, that's not what I want. I wanted a good flute sound, and I don't really like the contact flute sound sometimes. So I'm trying to find one that's better. And I don't know if I like these either. I might have to use that as kind of a backup. Right now, I'm just setting stuff up. So yeah, I need to create an intro theme for Composer Quest. So I'm kind of working. I'm gonna kind of do double duty for this episode and see if I can do it. I think it'll be fine because like the Composer Quest generally has that kind of JRPG feel to it anyway. So if I can try to get a little bit of a mix of both there, then I think we should be good. Cool. That should be good for now. Nice. Okay. So yeah, we've got like 5 minutes left. I hope everybody's doing well today. I am trying something new. I actually have. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit more. I actually have a GoPro sitting off over to the side, which is taking a picture every 2 seconds, and I'm gonna try to create a time lapse of the recording. I don't know if it's going to be interesting or not. But I don't know why I have my start menu open. I don't know if it's going to be interesting or not, but I figure if nothing else, it's something cool that I can like toss onto social media and be like, hey, look at this. This is the song that I made today, and here's a time lapse of me making it. Sorry about the quiet. I'm just sending out messages. And close that. Making it. Whoa, okay, thanks Twitch. Okay. Right, and then I needed to set up the timer. That's what I was doing. I'm getting kind of distracted. So how's everybody doing today? I am doing okay. It's been kind of busy at work the past few days, which is somewhat surprising considering all that's going on. But like we're so close to the holidays. I need to switch over to Ableton. Oshi Wowshi is. Oshi, Weoshi, Weoshi, Weoishi. Whatever. Hi, Oshi. How you doing? One of these days I will get it correct, and then somebody will have to mail me some sort of award. Because clearly I'm not good at speaking. See, the timer is still effed up. Width X, move this over. There, close. That's better. But we're not going to start that right away. Delicious House Nissan, yes. Another song that I've been working on, and this is for my secret chiptune project, is this guy. And nice. I started this a long time ago, and then he didn't like it for the song I was making it for, but he wanted it for a different one. So I finally got around to working on this again, and I'm really happy with it. I just need to make it like 9 times longer. Yeah. It's kind of funky fresh. I'm a big fan of it. Oh, speaking of heating, I have a heater running, and if that is loud or if you're getting like background rumble or something, let me know and I'll try to work around that. Like it's not super cold in the office right now, but it will be in the future. Flute, whistle, and then this is suspended strings, I think, or sustained. Yeah, it's supposed to be like the water beach area or something, so excuse me, I think that's about right. String, sustain, and then I'm going to make a string staccato. Actually, string pizzicato, and then string staccato. So I'm doing a little bit of prep work beforehand, but really we're close enough to starting. Connor is now hosting the stream with 1 viewer. Thank you so much, Connor. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're stuck on staccato. Staccato stuck. And then we got the piano rolling. Oh. Sorry, just a second. There we go. There's a bunch of junk over my pedal, and I tried to push on my pedal, and I think I crushed something. Cool. So I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, but I want to do something. First thing is probably in this case you want to create like a global reverb. I think that's probably... I keep changing the way I sit. There. We're good. Create like a global reverb. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but it doesn't have to be big. So I'm going to just pull in a Valhalla, and we can run with that for now. Yeah, so I honestly... I'll be honest. I haven't really heard many JRPG theme songs or like, but I have the feeling, and what I want to do is something like very upbeat, like. And yeah, I like Valhalla a lot. Yeah, so I think I can kind of go somewhere in that direction. And using this kind of combination of stuff, I think I can make something pretty cool. I'm just going to bring all of these up right now, and then I'll probably pull them back later. So it's like 83. Hey, Jank Hambrams. How you doing, man? So that sounds really boring right now, but that's when you start bringing in... the other thing I might do is just record it. So instead of just being stuck at the slow tempo, I'm actually going to bring it to 160, and then I can probably record it better. It would have helped if I had the metronome playing, though, and bringing this up an octave so I'm not stretching across the keyboard. Try again. Wow, I can like get it in my head, but my hands don't play it. Well, you can see how technically incapable I am at keeping rhythm, which is okay. It's just like it just slowly slows down. Oh, Ben. That's kind of hilarious, actually. In a sad sort of way. So it's a start. I wanted to record it manually because there's a lot of velocity, and that velocity is actually very important to just getting something that sounds, you know, more lifelike. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. Some of these low notes are a little too quiet, so I'm going to boost them up. And really, I might want to kind of bring down and accentuate some of the other notes. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm holding down Control, not Shift. Good job, Ben. It's like it's been a while. It's actually honestly been a while since I've worked in Ableton, just because I've been doing so much chiptune stuff that I just haven't really been working in Ableton that much, and I think my brain kind of forgot a little bit about it. We can learn together. Yeah. Whoa. So I'm going to have to trust your guys' judgment if I'm straying away from the JRPG style. But really, I just kind of want to mess around and make some cool stuff. So yeah. Let's just I'm just going to mess around and see what I come up with, really. Well, if I stray from that, let me know. Obviously, some more interesting things are going to happen during this, but it's just kind of getting the rough draft out there so we can modify it more later. Oh, this needs to loop. This needs to loop. There we go. And yeah, once we get the general idea down, it's going to be a lot easier to just kind of hammer things out. And I also really don't want to make this like super intense the whole time. This might be like the middle section or something, and then and then we can like work towards that. I think these strings should have a lot more presence. Yeah. Well, the challenge was to just use strings, piano, and a flute. I mean, I'd love to just like find some crazy breakbeat, and because I think that in more modern JRPGs, I feel like something like that actually fits very well. If we go, let's see if I can find. If we just like take a generic drum beat. This is 170. And For some reason, it's not. Oh, there we go. So if we just take this, and now I'm just screwing around because it's fun. Yeah, that works pretty well. But can't do that. Yeah, even with this, I think we have lots of options for rhythm too. So I'm not too worried. For one, I want to make the staccato strings a little bit more interesting. And really, this is just 2 loops here, so I can... Well, Connor, I'm always willing to answer any questions you might have. Honestly, Cenk, that's not a bad idea. I mean, it's a lot of fun to mess with that kind of stuff. And, yeah, I mean, you saw how fast it's easy to get together. The problem is making it interesting for like 3 minutes. Like... as you know, just making it sound interesting. But I mean, that's one thing that I want to do in 2017 is make a lot more personal projects and collaborations. Like this year, I wanted to be the year of collaboration, and I kind of succeeded at that, but not as much as I wanted to. I feel like I did collaborate a lot, but it was mostly with oh, thank you, Ali. I collaborated with like indie developers and making games, and that's still super cool. Like I'm glad that I was able to do that, but I also want to work on improving collaboration with other artists because I don't do that very much. I made like 3 collaborative tracks this year with various people. I don't think any of them were actually released, so hopefully next year we can actually like work more and make. I would love it if I just like released a new EP or album every month. Like that would make my day. Okay, so the strings I actually want to be quieter but louder. And what I mean by that is if they're played quieter, they don't have that really harsh top end. I did not collab with Pixelation, but I would love to. I think I offered already and he was into it, but I just need to. So when you max out the velocity on the strings, they play really hard and you get that high end, which I don't want. But if you just have it play really quiet, so I have to compensate for that with like a compressor. The other thing I could do is EQ out some of the top end, but that might be overkill. Because that makes them sound a little less natural, and I definitely want that. But yeah, I would love to do a collaboration, either a song or a short EP with Pixelation. Like, I love his music. He has some very good ideas with like composition, and I can't believe that like he started doing this stuff very recently. I don't know how much like music theory background he has, but it's definitely a lot. Whether he likes it or not. Okay, and right here I actually want like a gap, I think. Another thing I noticed is how this is structured, and I actually really like doing this, and I don't do it very often, is this is actually 3 loops, but this is essentially 2. Ali, I honestly don't know. Don't hold me to that. I feel like he started recently. I know he started FamiTracker recently because he followed my tutorials, and I put that tutorial up earlier this year. Okay, cool. And what I want to do now is I actually want to boost the volume at the end here for something of a volume. Which part, Connor? From my understanding, Pixelation really didn't do a whole lot of chiptune music until he did the FamiTracker series, but like I said, I might be wrong on... Oh, boy. Hi, Pixelation, we're talking about you. So, clear something up, Pixelation. How long have you been doing chiptune music? I mean, or how long you've been doing music in general, because if you can look at the chat up above, Connor suggested that we do a collaboration at some point, and I agree with that. I think that would be fun. Yep, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to bring this stuff out, and we're going to get another layer. Actually, I'm going to duplicate this because I want to keep that automation. Yeah. But have you been doing music before that though, Pixelation, or did you like really just start everything in March? That's what I want to know. Okay, well, that was poorly timed. Excuse me. Yeah, okay. That makes a little bit more sense. For some reason, I thought that you had, like, recently started learning music as well, and I was complimenting you on how much I liked your instrumentation and your orchestration and all that stuff, and that clears things up a little bit. In a good way, like, not in a bad way. Yeah. And I do agree that we should do a collaboration at some point. I think that would be a lot of fun. So what I'm going to do with this one is how can I split this up more? I don't know if I can, because I have a 6-bar loop here, or I have 6 bars, and I have 2 loops of 3, and I have 2 loops of 3, and I have 3 loops of 2. Checking your kittens. Good thinking. Yeah, I totally think we should. And starting probably February of 2017, I'll have a little bit more time on my hands to do that. So I think we should figure that out. I think that would be super fun. Not loud enough. It's also not high enough. Okay, and then this loop, I want to actually bring up the intensity, so I'm going to kind of invert things. Yesterday when I was thinking about this challenge, I was wondering if I wanted to be cheeky and have some kind of intro where it's just like, I see you're starting your composer quest. Take this with you, or something really dumb like that. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do that or just have something just a little bit more jammy like this. I like that. That's a nice little fill. I'm just going to steal it and put it here. Yeah, and creative slumps really suck. Like, I've definitely had my share this year. And yeah, Pixelation's suggestion is very good. There's really two ways that work for me for dealing with the creative block. It's either avoiding it, just like not working on music at all for maybe a couple days and just see how things go. Alternatively, you can do crazy shit like this and be like, I'm just going to do a 2-hour track challenge and just force yourself to sit down and work on stuff. Even if it's not good, at least you'll start that like creative momentum. And that creative momentum is something that people talk about like a lot, but really it means a ton. Because once you get that momentum going, it's a lot easier to keep going because you like already have stuff you've already made that you kind of like, and then you just kind of keep rolling off of that creative energy, and hopefully it actually leads to something. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, and Jank, taking a break is like the polar opposite from forcing yourself to work on stuff. But sometimes taking a break is really all you need. Like there have been times where I'm just not into it, and then I'm just like, I'm going to take 2 days off, and then I take 2 days off and I sit down, and I have to kind of relearn how to do everything. But I feel like I'm like more fresh, I guess. And part of that I think just comes down to fatigue and just like feeling like you're doing the same thing over and over. So I haven't brought in the flute yet. I wanted to have like this big lead in and then have things like cut off and then have like some kind of piano thing. Yeah, and that's hard. That's really hard. Okay, so now I want like a really just basic. Why am I not recording this? Um, oop. I lost what chord I was in, but that's a start. Well, Connor, it just takes practice. Like saying you're bad at something is just. I hate saying like that it's defeatist, but it's just like if you say that you're bad at something, you're just admitting that you don't want to take the time to learn, and maybe that's like kind of harsh. Because I feel that anybody can do music. Like not everybody's gonna end up as like Mozart or something, but the fact that you just sit down and try and learn music, at least music theory, is very, very mechanical. Like it's something that the rules are there and those rules work. But it's called music theory because those rules can be broken very, very easily. And not necessarily broken as in you ruin the song, but broken as in, well, I can bend the rules here and something different happens, like the whole deceptive cadence stuff where you go from here. So you have this, which is a traditional cadence. And then you can just break that and go to the relative minor, which is a deceptive cadence. And it's like it completely changes the mood and the flow, and it's mostly just learning how you want to input those moods and flows into your song and then making a creative basically executing that in a unique way. Like I'm not doing anything new or innovative when I'm making these songs. I'm just basically implementing the rules that I know and trying to break them in interesting ways. And it's something that sounds complicated, but really it just takes time and practice. And I also feel that everybody to some degree is a creative individual. So I feel like there's a lot to say on that subject too. But I do think that anybody is able to make music. It just takes practice. And practice is hard. Practice is very, very hard. Yeah, pixelation. Recently I actually release most of what I create. But I've also been doing this for almost 20 years. So I have a good idea of what I want. And I can usually take that idea and yeah. And like there have definitely been some streams where I work on something for like 10 minutes and I'm just like, no, this is crap, and I just remove it. Okay, Connor, take care. I hope that you have a good rest of the day and that you tinker around with some music sometime soon. I highly recommend it. Perspective. So saying I'm bad at X, it's saying you're just giving up and getting good, and so you don't. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's it's like it's a distinction that not a lot of people really understand. But I think that it's something that is incredibly valuable to internalize. Just because it's so easy to just be down on yourself, and when you're down on yourself, that's an excuse to quit because why bother getting better if you don't feel like you're gonna improve? And if you talk about you never wanting to improve or never improving, then you're not going to. And it's getting kind of super serious, but I'm okay with that too. This actually needs to go here. Ollie, that sounds amazing. Oh boy. Yeah, Jank, you should. I mean, you can stop and you can just come right back to it. I mean, that's one thing that I really love about music is that I definitely stop for 3, maybe even 4 years. I stopped like completely, and I was able to jump back on it. And yeah, I mean, it takes time to get back on the horse, for lack of a better phrasing. It's just like you just gotta do it. It's that just do it meme. Just gotta do it. Yeah, this just turned into a hot mess. I'm just gonna delete this. I mean, it'd be nice to save some of that, but so it's entirely possible that this is going to be the intro to the song. So, yeah, I guess just keep working on stuff. Always work on stuff. Never stop working on stuff. Because I don't want people to think. What's the stuff I made I never show anybody? Because I don't want people to think, oh, not another one by Ollie. Hey, Ollie, I've been making crap 2-hour music for the last year, and people still like this. So it's like it's all. I say crap in the most loving way possible. By the way, I do actually like these songs, but I feel like, and this is my personal opinion, I feel like the 2-hour track challenge is more of a parlor trick than it is quote unquote serious music production, which isn't to say that these songs are bad. It's just that they're I feel like they're a little formulaic. Like I don't feel like they're like my top tier, top shelf music. But I do feel that they're good music, and it is good music that I like to listen to. I mean, I've definitely listened to the playlist of all the songs that have been made throughout the 2-hour track challenge series, which, by the way, this is the 52nd episode of, which is pretty rad. I need some lower notes here. So this, I guess, will fade out. I'm actually going to make a duplicate of this so I can isolate each part. Yeah, Ollie, and I kind of feel that way. Like, definitely when I'm interacting with chat, I'm not really focusing on the music. And that's an issue that stems from like Let's Play videos and stuff too. Usually when people are interacting or trying to entertain, they become less good at playing video games. I've been watching Game Grumps and stuff lately again. And that is most definitely the case where they just, I know they sometimes do stupid stuff to be funny, but sometimes they're just really bad at a game because they have an interesting story they want to tell. Or yeah, it's like I feel that it's definitely kind of a one or the other kind of thing. And I have no problem like getting into that flow state, as people want to call it. But it's difficult to manage both, and I would rather be an entertainer and more like an educational person. Like I want to be there and help people learn how to do this stuff. Like that's really what makes me happy and what makes me passionate about this kind of stuff. I want to help people make stuff that's cool. And I mean that's not going to stop me from making music that is it's not going to stop me from making music that's good in the traditional sense, I guess. I just I just really like having that sense of education when it comes to doing these streams, because I do feel like people get at least a little bit out of them. Excuse me. And I know there was or maybe still is, a streamer who goes under the name Mr. Bill, or maybe it's Tom Cosm. I always get those two mixed up. Darn Aussies. Like they sometimes have or they post videos online that's just like the title is music production, no talking, no nothing else. So it's just like a video of him making music without commentary. And I feel like that's a lot better representation of getting into that flow state, that real magic like you were talking about. So there's definitely like a middle ground. How many slots will the new 25 USD slot have, and is it okay if we pop in and out of that? Oh, sorry, that's referring to the Patreon update. If you want to just pop on that for a month and chat about stuff, like I'm totally down for that. Yeah, like I even Pixelation, he popped in and out of the $100 one for like a month, and that's totally cool. Like I'm more than happy to just make cool stuff, and if people want to chat for a little while, and I will be 100% honest, I feel weird asking for money in exchange for my time to like talk about things, but I feel like it's valuable to some people, and that's why I'm doing it, partially because somebody requested it, and I definitely want to do that. But I feel like it's very odd for me to be like, hey, give me money and I'll pay attention to you, and that's not necessarily the right mind frame for that. But it feels very self-serving, I guess. But lately I've been so damn busy. Like I desperately want to help people, but I don't have always the time to help them. And Ali, there's 3 slots open right now, but I just put 3 there as an arbitrary number. Like I feel that if it's not a huge like time investment to keep all of these conversations going with people, I'll open it up to more. But for the time being, I felt like 25 is probably the best kind of middle ground for all of that. And I'm not. Yeah, exactly. And it's music lessons. And I was talking to Tim, and he wants to start learning guitar. And it's just like, dude, I'll totally learn guitar with you. And then we could like meet up like once a month or twice a month and just like jam out for an hour or something. And I think that would be super cool. And because I really want to start taking guitar lessons again. Like, I had guitar lessons for like a month. And I want to get back into that because I think that it's important, especially for what I'm doing right now. There's so much benefit for learning to play live. Oh, what should I name this song? Actually, I don't know if I have Composer Quest. The Composer Quest. Welcome, young one. I hear that you're starting a composer quest. That's too cheesy. I can't do that. Yeah, Jank, I have the same feeling. Like, the guitar instructor that I had was a super cool guy, but it's just it didn't work for me in the long run. Partially, I think, because I need somebody that, like, beats discipline into me. Because the person that I was getting lessons from before was very, very kind of loosey-goosey about everything, and it was difficult for me to get any knowledge because I would just forget about the lessons, or I wouldn't be as committed, and I need somebody to just, like, yeah. That ended the fun songs. Yeah, and there's that too. Like, I need to force myself to learn songs that already exist before I try to, like, make my own, because I feel like learning songs that already exist gives you that, like, muscle memory for the general templates of how music is played on the guitar. And right now I don't really know how that works on the guitar, so I'm trying to, like, figure out melodies and stuff, and that's just, like, it's not working the right way. I don't think I need those. I think it just needed to fade out. And then that should be good. If you want to get metal. Yeah. And then we can bring in the penny whistle. Like, whoa, that's not it. Why is it so squeaky? I have the staccato. Sustain. Maybe that's not the best choice. I mean, I can stick with the flute. Maybe I'll just stick with the flute. Boop, go away. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know the Naruto instrument. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. But, you know, I just looked at my, like, capture down there, and I realized how dark the room behind me is. And that's because that light isn't on back there. I wonder if it got unplugged or something else. I'm going to actually try to turn that on real quick. Because we lost power a couple days ago, and I wonder if that broke it. Yeah, that bulb is fried. Oh well. I liked having that light on back there because it offered some extra lighting. And that extra lighting is actually very useful. Yeah, that extra lighting is actually somewhat useful, giving contrast to the background, to the foreground, and all that other stuff. I'm still kind of learning how to properly light a scene, but it's unfortunate that I lost that bulb. I'll just have to figure out where I can get it replaced, and I'm sure I can get it replaced basically anywhere. So with this flute, I'm going to have to manually control some of the volume on it, which isn't really a problem. You just go... Blop. And then, yeah, so. That needs to be over more. More like there. Oops. So how's everybody's Wednesday going? It's like getting close to Christmas, or at least the end of the year. Oh, that light is so bright. There we go. I'm gonna work on this a little bit more. So usually with these, it kind of starts low and goes up and then goes back down and goes back up, and it gives like this kind of flowy feel to it. So I'm just trying to emulate that a little bit. I'm not really sure what happened there. I'm kind of curious. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I have my GoPro taking a picture every 2 seconds over on a desk nearby, and I'm kind of wondering how this time lapse is going to turn out. Just because I think that stuff is neat. I also, for those who don't follow my Twitter, I did book my tickets to MagFest yesterday. So if you're going to MagFest, we can hang out, and that would be cool because there's going to be like a handful of people there that I know, but beyond that, I won't know pretty much anybody. Which is okay. Like, I don't mind just wandering around. Worst case scenario, I basically just set my laptop up somewhere and I just work on music on the floor. Yeah, yeah, and I was worried about the kitty for a while, but she seems to be bouncing back very well. So I feel more comfortable leaving for a couple days, even if it is in like 3 weeks. I don't know how I could do that. I might try to do like a Magfest recording. I'm definitely bringing my camera, like my GoPro. I'm not bringing my big camera. Thank you, Ollie. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. It's been a busy, stressful like week. Yeah. Cool. So I'm thinking what I can do now is get rid of the strings and like bring this in. I realized while I was working on this, I don't want this song to be like a million years long because this is going to be like the intro to a podcast, or at least part of it will be. So I feel like it should be a reasonable length, but we'll see where things go. Oops. Now I'm just messing around with stuff. I don't really know what I'm going to do. Oops. Or alternatively, I don't know if that's, I mean, these are all self-imposed challenges anyway, but what I really want to do is I want to add some flippin' drums. Um, um, I want to be like, yep, okay, I fulfilled the challenge. Now let's make this cool. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. It's just like, this could be the challenge, and then I can spend the next like hour messing around with this format in a more open environment, maybe. I don't know. Like, I like what I have here, but I don't know. It don't matter. I do what I want. Okay. I mean, the easy way to do that is just grab that beat that I had before. And then this was 170, but I have to warp it first. And 4-0. That's weird. I'm not a huge fan of all of this loop, but there's definitely stuff here that I can take. Where is... Okay, first thing I want to process this a little bit. Not that much, but I want the core loop here. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we go like this. We go like this. And then get that kick in here. I'm just kind of going off the cuff here. There we go. And then I do need to process this a little bit. But at least we'll have some interesting... Oh, there's a jungle beat too. It's a little too much. Yeah, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to bring it in, warp it 170. Boop. Yeah, I don't know if actually adding that'll work, but hey, it's how you learn, right? Yeah. Now we're just screwing around with stuff. And I'm okay with that. That's still too loud. Yeah, I love chopping up drums. It's a lot of fun. I need to create another layer on top of this still. Actually, if it's possible if I just like take one of these. Yeah, I guess we're just kind of throwing the rule or the thing out the window, aren't we? That's cool. We did it though. I mean, we created a JRPG theme, and then we just kind of ran with it. So I'm cool with that. Okay, it's still taking pictures. I thought it stopped blinking for a second. Yeah. So let's get some electronic bass. Bass. Oh yeah, it totally they totally do still work for a JRPG. I don't disagree with that. They do not fit the challenge, which required me to only use strings, piano, and flute. But F that noise. I do what I want. Yeah, so like I'm just gonna do my own thing, and that's cool. Ain't nobody stopping you. But the drums do totally still work. Like, do I have like a gong sound effect? That might be kind of cool as a transition. One that doesn't sound like butts. We'll see how that sounds. I don't know why I made a new channel. Okay, back to what we were doing. This doesn't sound very impressive, unfortunately, so I'm going to try to boost it a little bit, but honestly, I don't know if there's a whole lot I can do. And then we can break that pattern here with maybe like some melodic stuff. Okay. Yeah, I just don't like that analog. I can do something better in Massive. And I need to get better at using Massive anyway, just because it's interesting. But hey, you know, I figure we'll like ride on this for a little bit, and then we'll go back to the just the orchestral stuff, and then we'll be good. Like, doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just like a different thing to tinker around with for a little bit. What am I even looking for? Base. Probably plucked. Nope. Yuck. Yeah. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for that. I really don't know what I want in that slot. Kinda, yeah. I'm actually gonna try an operator. Because I feel like it needs something, but I don't know what. You know, I'm going to go back to where I started. Except this time I'm going to use a narrow pulse width. Base. And that should help. Needs to be louder. Oh, sorry to hear that, Pokey. I know how it goes. It's cool. Can always listen to the recording afterwards anyway. So I want to kind of compress this a little bit and get it more in line with everything else, but I don't want to completely blast it. Yeah. Yeah, I know how it goes. For both of you, Zelgrith, it sucks that you have to deal with that kind of investigation stuff. I've been dealing with that all week with my application that I worked on, and yeah, it's annoying to like try to figure out why it's not working. I'm gonna do a little bit of auto pan on this. I don't know if it's gonna make a big difference, but yeah. So really, I just kind of want to do one more loop of this, and I'll just progressively make the drums more and more crazy. And probably work on this, and then go back to where I was before. Yeah. It's a little loud, which is fine. I can fix that. Just bring it down a little bit. And then I can just fade this one out. Standard procedure. And just do a little dip-de-doodle right there. I'm trying to think of what I can do here. And just kill the drums. Maybe the drums will come back, maybe they won't, whatever. And boop, boop. Yeah, I can try going that route and seeing. Oops, what would it be? Yeah. Okay. Stop thinking and start doing. I'm just going to manually put these in right now. Yeah. I think it'll be a little easier on my brain. Well, it would also help if I had the right timing, which I didn't. Just fade that out because that note is very long and bowl of cereal. Excellent choice. I should probably eat something after the stream because I do my DJing and stuff right after this, and there we go. And I need to charge up. Okay, so the main fault of this right now is that it's really boring. Oops. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and maybe this is cheating, but I'm going to bring this to like 120. I still can't do it. Yeah. It also kind of threw me off. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's do it proper. Lol, that was gross. Because the velocity is all maxed out anyway. Let's try to do that one more time with feeling. Ugh. It helps if I do the right notes up here. Yay, why not? God, that note is really piercing. Okay. Why does that sound incorrect? That doesn't sound right for some reason. Wow, that goes way too fast for my brain. Yeah, so it'd be... Sure. Line it up a little bit better, but honestly, having like the kind of flowy notes, I'm okay with. Okay, I'm just gonna duplicate these so I can get out of this loop we have going on here. That is an excellent question, Zelgrith. I would like to know the answer to that too. So I have 40 minutes left. I need to fix these drums up, make them a little bit more interesting. But I'm going to play through the whole thing, see where we're at. Okay. Still not a huge fan of this bass line, this like electronic bass. It's just too boring. So I can try like putting a saturator on it maybe and just giving it a lot more warmth. The release helps. Yeah, the release helps too. And maybe if we bring up the voices for the unison, that might help. Yeah. Okay, so I need to fix the drums. Well, not fix. I just need to make them more interesting. And another thing I can do is just like put a couple little fills in here. So I can just go like... I mean, that's really subtle, but... Yeah, so I have, let's see... This was one loop right here, so all of these need to at least get looked at. So I marked them so I know what I need to mess with. And honestly, the first loop should just kind of reinforce what already exists. I'm gonna, yeah, there we go. Eek. Come on. Yeah, just... Take care, Ollie. Have a good one, and thanks for hanging out. It's good to see you, as always, and I hope you have a good evening and nice sleep and so forth. Where did my... There it is. I really do like this roll there. I'm probably going to keep that. I'm going to increase the volume a little bit on the second time because there's more going on. Okay, so we've worked on this first 4 bars. Paste. I'm going to do the roll again here, but make it a little bit different. Yeah, that's dumb. Let's do a loop like that. And just keep on rolling. We got 33 minutes left. That's plenty of time. Let's just try chopping stuff up a little bit. I like those gaps. I don't... The piano gets super lost in this because I think this is being compressed. So it's so let's try this. Let's get rid of all this. And basically I'm making a duplicate of this because I can't be bothered to mess around with all this stuff multiple times, so I can just add things and not worry about it. Yeah. Hi, Formal. Awake finally. Did you have to do another overnight? Yeah. How's it going? Good. Thumbs up. Oh, kitties. Can you take a picture? Does that make her move? Oh. So we'll see where we are with this whole thing right now. What are you looking up? Do they have a message? Awesome. Nice. Well, hopefully I've got 25 minutes left on this or so. And then, who was it? Oh. Okay. Minneapolis, though? Huh. Whoa. That's weird. Maybe it's like a customer or something. Let me change the pitch of that.
Between the two of us, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Well, that's a thing then.
Thing.
Yep. So this is going all right. So I figure what I'll do with this is I'll kind of repeat this section a couple more times and bring it back to this and then bring it back to this. And then, oh geez, this is going to be like a 3-minute long song. Meh. Whatever. So yeah, I'll just take this. And then I'll just take this. And then we'll be good. Yep, song done. No, takes a little bit more finesse than that. But that would probably work if I just did it that way. And just take this and go like... that's no good. Okay. Start that there. And just really just bring this up an octave. Thanks, Algrith. Oh, okay, so this is actually a suspended chord. It's G, C, D. Oh, jeez. So we can actually have a proper resolution to this song, which is something that doesn't happen terribly often. But now we can go. Ooh, so fancy. Yeah, I kind of like how this song came about. It doesn't exactly adhere to... Even shorter. Are you talking about this right here? Or are you talking about this part? I need to change that loop around a little bit anyway. Gotcha. Well, part of that's intentional because I have the Oh, you mean like
Tux, get down.
pushing these closer together like that? Yeah. I like the way you think. Although, now that they're shorter, they have to be a little bit quieter, because otherwise they're going to be a little overbearing. But oops, I deleted one of these, didn't I? Oh, thanks, Elgrith. Well, we both made a mistake and something cool happened because of it, so I'll call it a win. I can see what you mean, bringing those closer together too. I can do that super easy and see what it sounds like. Yeah. It's all plastic. I can do whatever. In this context, plastic means malleable. Tux, is your fat butt right in front of the camera? Okay. No, kitty. Was he sitting in front of it before?
No, he was just sitting on, he likes that little table. He feels like a little king in it.
Oh, butt.
He is a butt, but he feels like a little king.
So I need to work on the end to this. But really, it's all kind of coming together. I just needed to take my headphones off because I'm sure I have a nice little imprint of my headphones on my head. Yeah, like every time. Gold. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Da da. Okay, so with this last bit, I'm thinking of something kind of just like, whoa, too loud. It's a weird arrangement for this because it's not exactly in 4/4 time. And I'll bring down the volume because I just want that to kind of be like rumble in the background. And I can stretch this out a little bit more too. All right, Zelgrith, drive safe. That was weird. Cool. Well, okay. Listen to the whole thing. Oops. I'll do the mixing and mastering real quick too. Yeah, okay, so in this part, I need to really, really crank down the threshold. Or up the threshold, rather. Because there's a lot more going on right here. And I don't want to mess things up too much. I'll probably pull back on the makeup gain. Just because it's not really necessary here. There's more than enough volume. Whoops. That was weird. Why did it pop back up like that? Was there another automation that I missed? Yep. Okay. Okay, so now it's pretty much just cleanup. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I think this is pretty good overall. I feel like these strings get a little grating. And it might just be their volume. So I'm going to bring them down and see if they work in a quieter environment. Thank you, Jank. Hambrams. Maybe it's just this chord in general. That's better. Cool. Well, I think we made a song. This is going to be an actually very interesting song to loop because the loop point I think would be like right here. So I think if the loop point is right here, then it would kind of go from here. Yeah, that first note is just way too piercing. I also feel like I want to have something over on this side, like at the end here. That's pretty close. I can mess with that a little bit and clean it up, and then we'll be good to go. This gets dropped down. Yeah, this has too loud. It's mostly just volume. I'm going to lightly quantize those. I like how that resolves, though. That's really nice. Yeah, that definitely gives the ending a little bit more character. Okay, so I think we're done. I'm going to play through this. I wonder if I should do a little bit of panning on this. I don't do panning often enough, and I really, really should. Cool beans. So I made a couple changes. Partially related to volume. Partially just related to making things a little bit more interesting and soaring. So, yeah. Nothing too fancy. Cool. Extra suspense. Cool. Okay, we're done with this. This was a fun one. I really enjoyed this one. I realized that everybody in the chat should say hello to YouTube, because this one is probably going to be featured in the Composer Quest podcast as a link. So for those of you still in the chat, you should say hello to the YouTubes, because some people might be actually watching this on the YouTubes. Other than that, this song was a lot of fun to make. Yeah, if you are not following me on Twitch, I highly recommend you do that. If you're not following me on YouTube, I recommend you do that too, depending on which platform you're on. As always, if you wanted to get in touch with me, you can just send me a tweet at Ben_Burns. That's Burnes. There you go, Jank Hambrams. And if you wanted to support me financially, I am running a Patreon account, and the only way to download this song and play it wherever you want is to support my Patreon. I guess I still have SoundCloud files, so I guess you could just play it through SoundCloud, so null and void. But it's still, nice to support peoples and stuffs. So, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I am going to end this stream right now, but I'll see you next time. Take care. What about it? It smells like cat food over there. It smells like it. Oh, she not eating? Yeah. Only a little. Everybody wants to hear about Girl. Some people asked about her. Have a good one, guys.